10? Would that be Clark and McCaw at 9, 10, and not a second big off the bench?
Yeah, I would say that with the caveat that any of our bigs could play on any given night based on matchups, and they're all pretty different. McAdoo is a small, fast five. JaVale gives us his size and athleticism. Andy gives us size and just kind of that veteran savvy. Any of those guys could step in and play an important role from one night to the next. But I think that'll be more based on matchups than anything.
You had a ton of talent at Kevin Durant. Would you say you have more pressure to make this kind of work and look at a high level, or do the players have more pressure?
Well, we all do. It's just I don't really get into rating how much pressure each person has. We all have pressure, but that's a good thing. And the alternative is maybe we can win 30 this year. So and that's unfortunately a lot of the teams in the league have that. Teams that have gone through stuff, and they're trying to get to where we are. So we're in a really enviable position. We know how lucky we are to be together with this group. We understand the responsibility. But that's fine. It's a good position to be in.
Are you excited about tomorrow?
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same.
It does. It does. And it's the Spurs, so it makes it even more fun. Can't wait to see Pop now on the other sideline. And it's amazing to still have teammates from the Spurs that are on that team. I'm old as dirt, so that means they too are now old as, maybe not dirt, but like dust.
How is it going to change that team?
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I saw a great note today that last time somebody else started at 4 was Carl Herrera. Somebody, I saw it online or something, but 1996? 7? That's 17, I think. Crazy. What Tim has meant to our franchise, where do you begin? But if you just look at on the court, he's been, to me, the anchor of the defense. You can talk about his offense all you want. He's been the anchor of that defense, which has been consistently one of the best in the league year after year. I think that'll be interesting. They have very, very capable defensive players. Obviously, Kawhi is the reigning defensive player of the year. But Tim's your quarterback, you're going to linebacker, and I'm sure that's a big part of this season is going to be adapting to life without him.
How just is Kevin as he's trying to figure out what you guys do?
He's light years beyond 3 weeks ago. Am I allowed to say light years? Light years from when we started the camp. But he still has some learning to do. But he's really picked up kind of the way we play. There's a little chaos, but there's some pattern to the chaos. And I think he's embracing the chaos for sure. He loves the movement. He loves to make plays. He's enjoying playing with shooting backcourt because making space and he plays and vice versa. So I think he's really adapting well and fitting in well. But it's only been a few weeks, so the little nuances, there's still stuff that he's going to figure out.
Do you see him?
When you think about it from home,
Oh yeah. I cut practice shorter because I saw you got a great workout last night.
I think he's assimilated well into living in the Bay Area, being welcome.
I know he has. We've talked a lot about. I ask him all the time, "What'd you do yesterday? What'd you do last night?" And I know he's been in the city. He's been around Oakland. He's been trying to get to know his surroundings as well as possible. Let's face it, this is a beautiful part of the world and a great interesting place to live. And he's having fun and he's getting used to everything and
Stevie,
enjoying himself.
you always talk about having joy. With the, obviously the kind of quotation marks, the villain talk with you guys, you've had fun with that. But have you had to emphasize the joy part? Do you have to do that with these guys? And obviously, all the stuff that's been around Durant's decision to come here and the criticism. Is joy out?
We haven't had to try to force it. It's what we do anyway. I think part of our philosophy is just come in and have some fun. Let's get our work in, and let's have some fun. And we have a staff and a group of players that there's a lot of humor involved. They enjoy themselves. Now, I will say this: 2 years ago, I was all very innocent. Nobody expected anything out of us, and we'd come in and have fun, and nobody asked us if we were having fun. But now, even the very act of being asked if we're having fun can kind of explain.
Media.
Yeah, it's almost like everybody's spotlight is so bright that we're going to get asked about everything, and so you have to be able to deal with that, sort through all that, and still just come to practice and do what we do. And our guys are doing a good job.
Are you having fun?
Having fun. Our guys are having fun.
Have you been taken back by any of the headlines just generated by your, Durant headlines, Draymond headlines, whatever, in the last few weeks, months, just because you're so big? Is any of them kind of, whoa, that's, even for us, that's a little strange?
I don't think so. I was asked yesterday about the MVP stuff, and I kind of went on a little joking monologue about guys taking votes away from each other, and I think I was asked specifically on KD and Steph taking votes from each other, and gave a not very amusing analogy of Kerr Johnson and played it into the electoral season, and at least them.
Yeah, there you go. I wish he was here yesterday then.
Yeah, it wasn't really that funny, but I think I ended it with, so those guys are all out because they're all going to take votes away from each other, and Damian Lillard's going to win and then there were some headlines like Kerr says Lillard's going to win the MVP. Sometimes, the tongue-in-cheek part isn't noticed. What's that?
At least you didn't say Trump was going to win.
Somebody did ask me, well, who does that make Trump? Because I think I said KD was Gary Johnson, Steph was Ralph Nader, taking votes from everybody. Somebody said, who does that make Trump? I didn't answer.
You said nobody on your team.
What's that?
You said nobody on your team.
Nobody on our team. That's what I said. That's right.
There's so many.
Last year, and how much do you think just needs to get back on the
It's a lot different for me because I'm watching the music, which is really it's great to be with the team and that's a big difference. As far as our team, the biggest difference is I said this last year was just picking up where we left off. Show up here like 24 games, right out of the blocks. This year it's a lot more of a feeling out process. What's going to happen in this. We're not settled on rotation or outs, and the roads are still as well. Hopefully we get better rather than
With the structure of your offense, it's just really bullshit. Just let the ball move and find some other find.
we kind of do that every night anyway. I mean, we're controlled chaos. We go through some games where we don't call many plays at all. But the important thing is finding the balance, and that's the tricky part. We've got a lot of plays. Can we find the balance between throwing the ball ahead, moving, passing the ball, and then executing under pressure when we need to call it? It's not an easy balance to find. That's probably our biggest challenge offensively.
Is there a guy that Kevin has seemed to play well with, or maybe other than Steph and Clay, that just you've seen Durant just seem to gel?
Well, he's so good. He generally plays well with everybody, but I think what we're looking for is not so much who Kevin plays well with, is what happens when Steph goes off the floor. That's been the case for the last 2 years. Who are the right guys when Steph leaves? And it's still the case, even with KD. We're still trying to find the right combination with KD without Steph. Things seem to change dramatically when Steph goes off the floor. Even even this year, we can put plenty of talent on the floor, but the game changes, and we have to get better with our execution. When he's off, and that means finding the right group.